so much. Jesus!
Oh, mate.
Did you hear that?
Well, she's authoritarian.
Fucking hell, mate. Me and Dan just got told by the Zoom lady. Do you reckon they heard that?
I don't think so.
Oh, that was unreal. That was absolutely. Go on Zoom, guys, and then go record your call to yourself and just hear what it says. And then comment below to let us know. Anyway, welcome to the Mass Discussion Podcast. This has been, when was the last? I think you were coached. No, you weren't coached by Jordan. I think I definitely was.
Well, I was like a week or two into working with SAS.
A week or two working with SAS. We had Joe on, didn't we? We had Joe on.
Yeah.
Joe isn't with us because Joe
is a part of the Mass Discussion group now, but he didn't reply because he's too nice and he didn't want to tell us no, when in fact he's fucked. He's 2 weeks out. He's fucked. He doesn't want to talk. He didn't even want to pose this morning for me.
Really?
A bit rude, really, but you know.
A
lot has happened, mate. A lot has happened.
Joe on 50 gram carb at the minute on a rest.
Yeah, two 40-minute Stairmasters. Oh. I'm pushing him to death with the posing as well.
Oh, mate, it's all gonna pay off massively, mate. He'll look like a statue of David on there. So, mate, if you're Joe, if you listen to this, it's all worth it, buddy. It's gonna be awesome. We're rooting for you.
Yeah. Are you gonna go to his show?
Which one is it?
So he's got a few. I didn't think he was going to do the Saxon, but I think he's changed his mind. So he's doing La Familia in, I think it's 2 weeks' time. I don't know where that is, to be fair. He's doing PCA Saxon. I might go to that one if they allow crowds.
When's that?
There was another one. Because we were going to do a PCA show together because I was going to go watch him, but I was going to be there for him. So we were going to try a little tanning experiment with something. So I was going to go there with him and tan him up.
Tan him up. let me know which one you go to, and I'll organise it that I go to the one that you go to, and we'll have a mass discussion. We'll just be there for Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to Strong Classic in a few weeks.
Is that the one that's in Liverpool?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking far away from me. That's miles away for you. I'm further. I swear you're further down south than I am.
I'm staying there for the weekend. So.
Oh, okay. I'll probably go do a Strong Classic, but I'll definitely go. Well, Saxon's only in Birmingham, isn't it?
Yeah, so that was the one. That was the one we're going to try the tanning experiment because basically, obviously, La Familia Classic is two bros. They don't allow Dream Tan. PCA do, and we want to try something with the Dream Tan.
Dream Tan. All the two bro shows seems to be down south. So
Lee Valley, Watford.
Lee Valley or Maidenhead at the minute.
Yeah, I think it is Maidenhead.
Yeah, that's where the one that I'm going to be doing is. It says it was in Maidenhead.
Where is Maidenhead?
Maidenhead is like, Reading, and like there's Slough. So where Chanel's mum is, well, my wife is originally from Slough. So there's Slough, the M25 here, London, Slough, and then there's like Reading's here, I believe. Or no, Reading might be up here, and then it's here, like Maidenhead, just off, right near Windsor, right near Legoland. Legoland's next door. I'll do my show and I'll just go to Legoland after.
Yeah. Well, no, you won't because you'll be doing the overall.
Oh, mate, I hope so. Imagine that'd be what? Well, after the overall, I'd be jumping in the fucking little buggies like fucking people covered in fucking tan.
No, I think actually, La Familia Classic clashes with Strom, so I won't be able to go because Christian Chapman's competing at Strom, so I'm going to be there because I was going to be there for FitX, but FitX got pushed back, didn't it?
Oh, so you had everything booked up?
Yeah. Were you going to go FitX with full ball?
No. I don't know what was going on. I was asking my wife if she's got to try and get the time off work. So I didn't want to be away for a whole weekend. Piss her off.
That's something that's very new. Before we get on to the elephant in the room, we're both with full ball.
Yeah, we're both. Yeah, to be fair. I was wearing my top training in it today.
Hey.
I had the fucking top on today. I was wearing the like the extra medium. It was looking tight on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Robbie's cool, isn't he? Do you get on with him quite well?
Yeah. No. He's a really sound guy. Like Robbie, really sound bloke. He's well, obviously, don't know about you, but I've had other people approach me before. He's the only person to just ask me for my number and ring me.
Yeah.
Ask for my number and ring me and just be. And he face called me as well until the connection went dodgy. But like, I was like that was one of the biggest things, and the way obviously what they stand for and how passionate he was. It wasn't just like a message. Oh, here's your code, like that. It was like, this is what we can do. And it's like, it was literally more of like a proper breakdown. It was like what they stood for, and and it was just like, yeah, man. It was like, look, we do British companies. We stand for like the proper subs, and it was like, yeah, this is the kind of shit that I'm saying. Like, I stand for proper shit too.
Yeah, because generally all the subs they sell are stuff we've actually like pushed on the podcast anyway. Like Strom, supplement needs,
bit of Redcon.
Yeah, Redcon, all of that. So, mate, it's nice to be affiliated with a company like that, because Robbie's like one of us. He literally is. Like, one of the first things he said when we decided, like, obviously, you're going to be an affiliate with us, was don't whore out your code, because we're not another 10XL Athletica bullshit. And I loved that, mate. I loved that. I just like, that's what I want to hear. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about codes and all that. It's, it's just real, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you notice, with all his customers, if there's ever an issue of an order, he'll personally phone them.
I didn't know that if he personally rang with Jesus Christ. Can you hear that?
Yeah. He'll personally ring them or text them or whatever, but you don't get supplement like companies or whatever do that. You don't get a fucking Holland and Barrett, a Dolphin Fitness do that, because they're faceless. They don't care about the consumer. They just care about earning money, and all you're doing is paying for a CEO's fifth home. It's just different when it's a family-owned business.
Oh, it's like passion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like actual supplements, and it's like when he can the way he's on his story, it's like you can see it there. There's a passion behind it,
Yeah. Robbie's a good guy, and you can have a bit of banter with him as well. He's hilarious.
You can always have a laugh. Yeah, he's a top bloke. I really want to go up to the gym. To be fair, it's up in Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, me too. It looks good. It looks good.
There's like a fucking. Is it upstairs? It looks like it's upstairs or something, because I see watch Joe, and he's like. It seems like a massive sort of open fucking bit, just like an open bit of the gym, like a bit cut out the wall.
I don't know. I've just seen Joe training in there. It looks quality though. I want to give it a go, because I know Josh McHale trains out there as well.
Really strong, isn't he?
Josh, I don't know if he's strong. He won his class at the PCA.
I swear, might not have been Josh. I swear I went watching Joe's story once, and there was some lads pulling like 300 off the floor.
That was probably Jack Conte.
That might have been him. Might have been Johnny. It might have been a Johnny pulling for reps. He was just pulling, mate. I just saw it. I was like, holy fuck. And then I saw that Jack guy pulling fucking heavyweight. And I thought, fuck me. Imagine being at that gym for your first session ever, and you being like 15, 16, turning up to that gym, just being like, holy fuck, I'm in the right place. I'm in the right gym. Yeah, the energy would be unreal.
There's a really cool crowd in there. Really cool crowd in there. It's cool. But yeah, so that's new. Full bore. We're both with them. Hopefully it turns into something like a sponsorship or something like that, because personally, I can put my name behind that. Not because I'll get fucking free subs or anything like that. I want to be able to say that I fully support them, and everything I stand for, we're aligned. There's that. And the elephant in the room.
Which one's that? Which one is it? It's like 5.
There's a well, is there 5? There's a coaching. There's a certain coaching one.
There's a coaching one. No longer with Jordan. As a big one. And I'm full-time coaching. I'm no longer having to work my day job, which is a massive one for me. So that's a massive one. But going back, working obviously with Sasan, so I've joined the hype with everyone. Well, not the hype. I've joined the change, the transition, the is it, should we say the new way? Well, it's not the new way, is it?
Right. From your initial response being with Sasan, what have you noticed about your body?
Well, first of all, I got told.
Just try and describe. Think about how your body looks now in terms of the shape and form it's taking.
I'll be completely honest. So obviously, let's go all the way back, right? So with Jordan, things obviously he's descaling. He's being very open about reducing his clients. Very open about it. Like he was on a podcast. He even said, like, you know, he doesn't have much interest in that and only has interest in like serious people, sort of like hinting towards pros. And his prices changed. And for what it was, I was like, had a conversation with Dan, you know, I was like, you know, and I was liking what Sasan was doing with you guys. Like we spoke about on the podcast, like that whole podcast was about like your transition to Sasan and how you're getting on with it, etc. And Ant's progress and fucking Joe's progress. It was very, and I saw a lot of athletes who were with other coaches, like some of them being old JP people who I hold in sort of high regard as well. What's his name? There's a black guy called Matthew something. I don't know his last name. Very good.
Matthew Soler.
Is that like fucking fantastic physique?
Yeah,
beautiful. Stupid, big, round,
muscle bellies.
Yeah. I saw him go with Sasan, so I was like, do you know what I mean? I knew that Matt Cofton had been with Sasan and stuff like that. So yeah, basically what I was hinting at was that I was at a point where I made a decision, and initially he pulled my food a little bit lower. So Sasan pulled my food, and pulled a lot of fats because I was having a lot of fats, but they were from like sunflower seeds and stuff. And I was finding it quite hard. So I was like, it was like a paste. It was like, this is quite hard to get down. And I just thought that our food was quite high because we're going to start prep soon. So we want to be in a nice juicy point with lots of food. You know, we've got a lot more to play with, you know. And anyway, he pulled that and I just felt so much better. Like I felt.
Could I just say, so sunflower seeds, there's a lot of digestion kind of. That's a lot of digestion. What that's to do with. How was your digestion whilst you were having them?
Poor.
Why was that?
Just raw food.
Well, because you weren't enjoying them. Because he wasn't enjoying them. The thought of eating them causes you stress.
It does, yeah. But
what does stress do? What does stress do in the body? It fucks with your digestion.
It increases cortisol and all sorts. Yeah, it's fucking bad.
What do you eat? What were you eating when SAS changed it?
Extra virgin olive oil. Just popped it in there. 10 tablespoons just on top of your food. Easy.
Because it's tasty on your rice.
And it's also it's also you don't even know it's fucking there. Buff in. Fun. And like you say, it makes the food taste good. But yeah, he increased. So basically, the initial, he made it a lot more simplistic, as in, it wasn't like 4 different types of fat sources. We went to 2. Does that make sense? So it was like very simplistic, such a bro, like 2 meals were chicken, rice, and olive oil, steak, potatoes. You know, originally we had oats for breakfast, but I couldn't. I've had issues with oats before, and I had it would start flaring up quite bad. So we went for a bagel, like a bagel first meal with peanut butter. So bagel, peanut butter, and a shake, which makes really easy for me. Both done, you know, just don't have to think about it. But yeah, just basic sauces, and definitely found just an increase in digestion. Just felt better. And I've even said to him now, my digestion's never been good. I didn't know my digestion was that bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you don't know. Used to it. You don't know until you fix it.
Until there's something. Yeah, basically you're right. Yeah. So yeah, initially did that, and then when we started pushing things, so originally obviously I was like 20 weeks out, and I was like, okay, Sasan, what's the plan? And he was like, let's fill you up. You're lean. I was like, I don't feel lean. He's like, let's fucking do it. So basically, initially, he's like, right, high day, go. Someone who's had 3-4 cheat meals the whole of 2020 goes to like having 2 a week. So it's like I said to him, okay, Sasan, I haven't had any cheat meals since this. I was very strict following Jordan's rules, but I'm going to follow what you say because I'm following what you do. Don't really know what to have. Bit, it felt a bit foreign. That's what I said. And I said, but I live opposite KFC and I do enjoy it. And he was like, KFC is one of my favorite cheat meals. I said, okay, well, KFC. So had it. And everyone was like, I went to the gym and I said, yeah. And everyone was like, oh my God, like, you're going to like shit yourself. Because obviously you haven't had that food before. Mate, it digested perfectly. I had no issues. Went to the toilet the next day. Obviously it was like a lot because I had a lot of food. But, whoa, mate, I was so impressed about my above water shit. I got Chanel in there. I said, have a look at that. Smell it. She's like, flush it. Put bleach down there. But it was so good. I had to make it a bit of me, Dan. Anyway, bit of that. Boof. It felt amazing. And then, yeah, so basically he pushed me up and then I was getting bigger and people in the gym were going, what are you doing? Like people were saying to me who are opinions I respect, like Rich, who's a judge. He's no longer a judge, was a judge for the UK BFF for many years and PCA. And Luck, another lad, an older guy, been around bodybuilding for a long time, and then some of the other competitors. And I'm like, well, I'm just doing 250 tests and eating a shitload of food. He's pushing me up. Oh, I just obviously started a bit of growth hormone. And they're like, how much? Oh, 2 are you? And they look at me like, that's not a lot, right? That's not much. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I've never done it before, but I kept on getting fuller and fuller until the point where people were like, yeah, like you've put size on, mate. How like significant. And I did feel fuller, and I was like, and Sasan was telling me, but I even felt it. Like I just felt my shirts were coming a bit more. Does that make sense? But not here, not in my belly, just here. I just felt thicker on my chest. Just felt thicker in the right areas. And even my wife was like, yeah, you look like you got more, like your wife does, like squeezing you. Yeah, like that. Like you look thicker. Yeah, she's enjoying it. And even she said something where I was like, okay. And then someone said to me, I think I messaged you, said, no, you actually look like a bodybuilder. I thought, for fuck, why didn't anyone tell me anything? I think Jay said it and someone else said it to me. So I was like, for fuck's sake.
It's bodybuilding is an odd sport.
So
there's certain ideologies that people stick by, but you got to go by response to the body, and your body wanted food, and you weren't getting it.
Yeah, that is true. It was something we had spoken about before, hasn't it? Me and you had said, like, even when I came to train with you guys, and it was a bit like I was in a mini cut, and we pushed my food up, and it was like, is it gonna be pushed? Does that make sense? But I think with the off season, like I've always been a believer in. I've always said myself, low drugs, high food is the way, and I think, like obviously, like I said to you, I never got to the point where my drugs were that high. I never really got up to over 1.5 grams, but that's an off season cycle, and the food. I'm a believer in that dosage could be a lot lower with a lot higher food.
Yeah,
and that's how. You just done an off season with that's how Sasan likes to do things.
Mine was, for the majority of the off season, mine was 500 milligrams.
This is what I mean. Like it's when I say it's low, like you don't need to be. And
it did go to 1.2 gram, but that was for like
what, 4
weeks.
Yeah,
3-4 weeks, if that.
And
now all of a sudden, prep's kicked in. I'm dieting, drugs have gone up. And I'm gaining muscle. Like I'm seeing shit I've never seen before. The muscle looks different. It's really odd to see.
So this is something that I'm having right now. As you're saying, we did a lot longer cruise than I would do. Doing a lot longer. So started my cycle 2 weeks ago, and we just put in the good stuff, should we say? Obviously, if this is on my YouTube, so if you haven't seen it, it's on there anyway. My cycle and dosages and everything, but yeah, that's on there. But I'm having the exact same. So today, got on the scales. Obviously, body weight sort of drops a bit, but then we have a refeed, it goes up. But like, I haven't dropped below 225. I'm 227. Now, when I was peak off season with Jordan, I was like fighting for 220.
Yeah.
I just look a lot rounder. I just look rounder and fuller.
That's the thing I can say. I can say exactly the same thing. There's a roundness to the muscle that I've never seen.
It's like growing. Even Hassan said it. He said, I'm gonna grow you into this show. And I said, well, I put myself down for light heavies, Sass. And he was like, don't worry, it's fine. So I emailed them. This is me all over. Get a bit of an anxiety. I've emailed them to say, is it okay? Like, what happens if I'm a bit over? And they were like, no, we'll just move you up. Don't worry about it. Well, I was like thinking, nah, sorry, Josh. Like, you're off. You're going. You can't compete today. I was like,
yeah. You know, if that happens, you fucking succeed.
That's going to be like I said something today. They were like, yeah, you'd be better in light heavies. I was like, yeah, I know that because I know some big unit will come out at 225, but it'd be a little win for me if I did reach heavies, even if I was like 205. I don't fucking care, right? Even if I was just, my shape will carry me. I'm joking. I'm joking. But like my even if I hit that, for me, that would be a little goal of like, holy fucking shit, like we put some fucking, this is kind of going against the grain, right?
What are the weight boundaries in two bros?
It's exactly the same as the NPC. So 198 pounds is the cutoff for light heavy, and heavyweights is 199, basically 1992, 225. So
mate, you're getting light heavies.
That's what I was thinking. I was hoping.
You think you're going to gain some muscle? Oh, absolutely. But if you want to be inside out peeled, balance that out. I think you're going to be light heavies. I think on that very high end of light heavies.
That's it. I'm going to be tall. I reckon I'm going to be a very tall person for that class. But it's going to be a very interesting look because it's been so long since I've been. Like the last time I got on stage, Dan, I was like barely 160 pounds. I hadn't been training like properly, just come out of uni. It was like, it's going to be a different person, you know?
Yeah. Nice.
Like that's interesting to see, especially that obviously I don't have a big following or anything, but even for someone like yourself who's followed for the last couple of years, I've documented my off seasons, you know, like it's, we don't have forums in our, well, we do, but no one uses them. But we don't have like the forums that people had where you would watch someone's progress. We have Instagram, and like I watched yours, you've watched mine. It's like to then be able to like look back at your photos from 2019, me from 2018. It's like, oh my god, it's quite exciting, isn't it? Seeing people's progress like that.
Yeah.
Like especially when it's someone who's like when you, like, don't get me wrong, I look at James's progress, James Hollingshead, but I look at him in a different way because he's a pro. Does that make sense? And he's a lot older than me. He's a whole, probably a whole era. Like let's say me and you go pro, we get where we want to get. He will be probably towards the end, or like, would you say probably near the end of his career?
No, I think he's got like 5-6 years.
All right. Well, he would be like pretty much. Do you know what I mean though? Before we started, like, get to, if let's say we'd get in the same direction of where he's going, only to make this make sense, what I'm going to say, he would be like he'd only have a few more years left. Do you know what I mean? Depending on how long he goes for. But that's why I see like you guys' progress. Don't get me wrong, it's still just as exciting watching it. I think, oh, that's fucking sick. But it's like. Sure. I've grown up with these guys through my bodybuilding journey.
Okay, so that's a question. Who on Instagram do you kind of follow who's not a pro that you just like you can think of immediately that you're following because their progress each year is just unreal? Like, is there somebody? So, for example, there's a few people I follow that just consistently are improving. One of them is Keefe. Keefe is someone. Yeah, just unreal. Like last few years, like you just see it. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
Well, I follow all of you guys. Like I see that with like fucking Ant. I see that with Joe. I see it with you. It's like obviously we put a lot of content out, and obviously we're a bit. But I see that it is exciting. I did someone who did fuck whose journey does excite me, but he's gone pro now. Is that Martin? Fucking what's his name? Is it Fitz? American guy. What's his last name? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
white pasty bloke.
It's Martin Fitzwater.
Yeah. Cocaine dry.
He was one guy I followed for that reason, just like constant progress.
Yeah. That's it. That's someone who I
Tell you what, one guy who has progressed this year like crazy amounts is have you seen the guy I'm helping for posing? Aiden Wainwright. He was coached by Sass.
I think I might have actually. I'm gonna get my thing up.
Go on either his profile or go on mine and you'll see there's a picture of him posing where I've been helping him on that. Can I screen share on this?
Oh shit.
What can screen share? You know you can screen share on Zoom.
Yeah, but I've got a load of shit up. I've got a load of like business shit up. It will come straight up.
I'm loading up Instagram now so I can just get it straight up without compromising. Fucking what you got to think about now, you got business is identity protection data.
Yes.
Yeah.
GDPR. You got to do the GDPR.
Right, I'm screen host disabled. Right. Oh, you've disabled attendee screen sharing.
I can do this. I think if I have to make you host.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay. Right. Screen share. Desktop 1. Okay. Hopefully this works.
Oh man, it's not come up on my screen.
1 minute.
Oh, you haven't got it on.
Oh no, I've got to go through system preferences and all that bollocks. Don't worry about it. How do I make you host again? Because I won't know how to save this.
Click on participants.
Oh yeah.
And then just go more, and then it'll be like the two.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Sorry about that, everybody. But yeah.
Right. Let's see if I can do it. No pressure. Let me just get this off. So
while we're waiting, while you do that, yeah, but that Aiden Wainwright, like fucking mate, I've been helping posing and like I can't help it, but like mid pose, I just go fucking hell. Like the thickness on that kid is fucking nuts. He makes me look like a twig. It's unreal.
Right. He makes you look like a twig. I've seen this guy. I know who you're talking about. Yes. The guy with the crazy side chest.
I could probably beat him from the back, but Jesus, man, everywhere else is just nuts.
Where's the screen share button?
At the bottom, the green one.
Oh, yeah. So desktop 1, is that what you do, yeah? And go share.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, that's it.
What am I on? This is him, isn't it?
Yeah, go to the side chest one. That's what he's done in a year.
Yeah, well, that's just fucking ridiculous. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, look at that leg. It's fucking crazy.
That's fucking work. I tell you what, one of the best things about his whole change is this. The beard. The beard. I mean, if Aiden ever listens to this, mate, this change right here. I mean, this is very impressive, but this right here is anabolic. And the hair's got better. What's happened here? He's on something else. It looks like his hair's got fuzzier, but it looks thicker.
I don't know. We'll get Aiden on and we'll ask.
We'll get Aiden on. We've had so much shit happen in this fucking podcast. Oh God. I mean, he looks, I've seen him, but yeah, he looks very good. Very round, like here, fucking round. Like, look at his legs. Look at those quads.
Look at the side chest comparison there when we were posing together.
He's got those quads that you look like your knee's been eaten. Like this is swallowing his fucking knee up. Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one. That's a little change I did in just like 30 seconds. Just change his side chest. But look at the fucking thickness there.
Look at that fucking hamstring. But like, mate, look, yeah, this is what we're saying. We were talking about the round, bubbly look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's round. It's nice. He's like a statue. Mate, he's fucking good. Is his front double? You got front double shot.
These don't do him any justice at all.
No, because he's taken him on his front camera and he's popped it up just on a random thing, and it's not doing him like. Look at his quads here, right, and then look at his quads in this shot. That makes sense.
Yeah. But I can honestly say
it's taken on two different angles.
Yeah, I can honestly say though, it looks so much better in video when he's actually moving about.
The thing is though, like that's what you want to be like, because someone might look at this photo and be like, I don't know if anyone does this in bodybuilding, and be like, yeah, I've got him. And then he turns up and his fucking quads are like that, but they're going to look more stupid in real life because that's the way it is with it. Well, sometimes it's the opposite, but I can guarantee this geezer, it's going to be the complete. It's going to be the other way, where it's going to be. He's going to look a lot bigger in real life. But yeah, like this is going to turn up, and you're going to think, fucking shit. He's going to be absolutely blasting people off stage. Now, how do we go back?
Find the app.
Stop share.
Yeah, stop share.
Whoa, right, we're back. Right, there we go. That's a new feature to the podcast. You'll end up seeing my Pornhub fucking tab. My wife's back as well, so I just said that really loud. Yeah, mate. What show is he doing?
He's not now. He's just pulled out of the show. He's going to do a show in a few weeks, I believe. He's just actually started with Callum Racetrick.
Oh, right. So he's not with Sass anymore?
No. I haven't really asked him about it. We'll get him on the podcast and we'll talk to him.
Yeah, get him on the podcast. Yeah. Well,
he's got some like pretty. We've spoke about some things outside of bodybuilding as well, like in kind of the DMT realms. Get him on here to talk about that. It's pretty interesting.
Fuck me, he sounds like a very interesting cookie.
We were meant to be posing. We ended up just talking for like an hour. Yeah, get him on. It'll be interesting.
Isn't that the one that if you take, sometimes you could never come back?
Well, I don't know about that.
I've heard DMT is like you take it, and apparently some people will never be normal after it. It's so strong.
Oh no, you won't be normal after it. Yeah, you won't be normal after it. But usually it's for the better. It usually channels your direction. It tells you the truths that you can't really accept in life.
Yeah, because I thought Dorian Yates was talking about that, wasn't he? He said about he made his mate do it, and he took it, and he started like fucking trying to strangle himself and shit, didn't he? He was like going mental. And they asked him, and apparently it was something to do with his dad abusing him or something.
Yeah.
But he shut off his whole fucking his whole life. Pretty dark. This is turning dark. Turn reverse. What's going on with you then, Dan? Because we talked a lot about me, and obviously a lot of my success with my coaching and everything like that, and been able to fob the day job off. Which we'll go. I'll tell that story in a bit. But what's going on with you? I mean, you're how many weeks out now?
So obviously still being coached by Sass, loving life. Me and Sass get on like house on fire. Couldn't ask for anyone better.
Yeah.
So we are. I think I'm 13 weeks out from my qualifier. I don't even know, mate, because I don't even feel like I'm on prep.
13.
1 minute. I can tell you. So it is 13 weeks till PCA Midlands. That's the qualifier. But the real one we're going for is obviously the British, 17 weeks. So the Midlands, 13 weeks out. If you're watching this, don't turn up because I'm going to be like a sack of potatoes. But British, turn up for that one. I'm going to be peeled. So, yeah. But so that's the plan, mate. Just PCA for me. Just because I want a British title. I just don't feel like I'm ready for like to be compared to be a pro, really. I think more competitive lineups are going to turn up in the PCA. Like when you go to two bros, you've got like one, maybe two guys, then the rest of them wouldn't even top 10 in a PCA.
There's a massive mixture from the two bro shows that I've seen, or you've seen as well. There is a massive mixture. There is either someone who's fucking superior, that's going to be right, he's a contender for a pro card, and then there's either the complete opposite.
Yeah. So
I think the show that I'm doing is going to be the one where a lot, because you got to think it's 4 weeks from the Arnold's, and you only have to do a show to qualify to do an Arnold.
Oh, you're going to do the Arnold's if you qualify?
No. I'm not ready for it, mate.
Oh, you should. I'm going to be there.
Well, I'm not going to do it because obviously I know I'm not ready, and I just want to compete in that federation to see how I price up against people that potentially will be that good. And also, I want to see where my weaknesses are, and it's going to be down the road for me.
Okay. Whilst you're killed, though, can you do a PCA show so you can do the British?
Depends. Probably the following weekend. It's just that I'm going to do that, and then going to have my wedding party a couple of weekends after that. The wedding that happened nearly a year ago. It's in December, but we're going to celebrate that party that we were meant to have, but COVID, obviously, all the lockdown stuff. And then potentially, listen to this, Dan, this is fucking sick, mate. I don't know how I've done it, but we're meant to have a honeymoon. Now, I said to my wife, we should go in October time. And how do you think about Florida?
Oh, shit.
I was like, maybe.
I know what you're going to do.
Maybe if we can work it out and we could go away and everything's fine, maybe I said, if we're in Florida, right, and we go to potentially Orlando, isn't it like we may as well like just go to the Mr. Olympia, like, because we're there.
May as well. It would, just while we're passing, it'd be rude not to.
Might as well, maybe a couple of days before we go to Tampa and go to Ben Bukowski's gym and just go Tampa Bay and see what it's like down there. And maybe go to the gym there and just have a little butchers, and then go to Orlando, just skip past Disneyland. She's there, and go to the Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, why not?
Well, that's if it works, but yeah, that's the potential to happen. So that's probably why I can't. That's not the reason why I would not do the Arnold's. The real reason is because I'm just not ready for that.
Yeah, if you go to MI40, I'll try and set you up with a training session with my client Marco. Marco, classic physique guy, but he'll kick your ass. He's a machine. He's a machine, mate.
Is he? Fucking hell. I'll have to go and give it some beans. But no, that's a potential idea that we're having if we can get out there, if it's possible. We'd have to work it out. But yeah, that's definitely on the cards. And that'd be a great honeymoon. As I say, I've winged it. To be honest, I think Chanel's really excited. She seems really keen to go to Mr. Olympia as well. She's got a bit of an inch. It's my interest. She's taken a full interest into it as well. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, like even my partner would love to go to the Olympia. So it's like, why not? You've got to get invested in it, don't you? Like,
yeah. So, but fingers crossed that can all happen and we get it on. But yeah, so obviously going back to you.
Okay, so apart from that, like everything's going really well, mate. As I'm saying, my body's really responding very well. I started prep at 290. Now that is fucking heavy, but I felt like, so I say this to a lot of guys, like initial diet phase, you're gonna feel like shit, you're gonna go flat, and you can lose a lot of weight but look no different. And that was the case for me. I dropped down to like 275 and I looked fatter than I was at 290. I looked lean at 290. It was nuts. So I was last check-in, I was 269. I'm actually just starting to drop now because I was at like mid 270s for ages. My body didn't want to drop, but it was like just staying there but getting leaner. Yeah. So we just stayed there. Still got high days. Still, I've only just put in more cardio, so I'm doing 30 minutes of cardio now, just as of yesterday. I've just put some like fat burner stuff in, a little bit of clen and a little bit of T3. So now I feel like I'm in prep. So off now. I'm doing a fundraiser for Great Ormond Street hospital.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I felt like, mate. So what happened was there was one day I just thought like 17 weeks out, fuck, like just got a feeling like bodybuilding is so selfish. It really is. I love it. I fucking love it. But I feel like everyone just looks at you and like you're doing this all for yourself. Yeah, I am. I am doing it for myself because I love it. I'm gonna, you've got to treat yourself. With your passions and whatnot. And I just thought, well, I've got 17 weeks to prep. Why can't I try and do something in 17 weeks? I can't run a marathon because I'm in prep. I can't bloody do a bloody step challenge like, what's his name? Sir Tom. I can't walk around my garden. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I just thought, is there something I could do that could be aligned with prep that actually helps my goals? So I thought, okay, so on a Sunday, this was actually Paul Turner, who's a client of mine. He owns Asgard Gym in Newmarket. He suggested that why don't you do a rep challenge? So for every rep is £1. And I thought, okay, so I'm going to pick the most disgusting thing I can do on a leg day, which is every Sunday. And every rep I get, I'll just do it, donate £1. And luckily, everyone started to really like enjoy it. And people are donating. So we're raising quite a lot of money. It's really cool.
It's nice.
Generally, mate, the weird thing about it was I came up with this idea just off the back, like I need to raise money for Great Ormond Street. I don't know where the idea came from. Then later that day, my mum obviously knew about it. I told her, and then about half hour later, she said, "Yeah, did you see my post on Facebook?" And I said, "No, it was about Laura." So this is my sister. She died of leukemia. She was looked after at Great Ormond Street. I had no idea. That June 13th was her anniversary of her death. And it was on that day, I just said, I need to do something for Great Ormond Street. I had no idea. How fucking weird is that?
That's fucking crazy.
Mate, look, I'm not spiritual, I'm not religious in any way. I think it's a load of bullshit. But if that doesn't tell you there's something else, like in terms of some kind of something beyond us, not God, nothing like that, just some kind of higher power, just something else. It can't be just literally our physical bodies and that's it. Just that made me realize it. I just thought, fuck me, that is weird. Like, out of all the days, and I've never once like remembered the anniversary. I didn't know that was the day.
That's fucking crazy. I didn't know that.
No, it's fucking mad.
Like, when you said that, I thought you said you had a sister, and then very recently she died of leukemia. That just blew me really far. I thought that was recent. You were so open and talking about it then.
No, it wasn't recently. No, it wasn't
when you said it then, you literally almost took my heart out of my chest. I was like, fuck, we're recording everything. I thought, shit.
Oh, no. So when I heard that, she told me, I got a little bit emotional, I'm not going to lie, because it just didn't make sense to me. Like, of all days, why was it this day I decided, just out of the blue, I need to raise money for Great Ormond Street? So I did get emotional. Like, I thought, fuck me. Like, what are the chances? But yeah, that's what we're doing. Mate.
Like you say, when people do marathons, my dad's done a fair few marathons, and a lot of his marathons, it was like charity risen. So you do it by a charity, but you will run and you'll like pick up donations and stuff, and then you'll complete your marathon and you'll donate a load of money to charity. He did it with a lot of like a group of guys and stuff. But like with bodybuilding, like you say, it's like it's not like that's not been done. I've never heard of that anyway.
Well, it's like, I know it's not anything special because really it's just a few more reps than I'd usually do on a leg day. Like, I do something a bit extra to really take it out of me. But at the end of the day, it's raising money where otherwise wouldn't be,
Yeah, no, and it's for a really good cause, especially it's close to home as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate. And you wouldn't imagine the amount of messages I've had through, like people that you and I know in the industry say like, mate, this is really close to my heart because so-and-so, my kid, or I myself were in Great Ormond Street as a kid and they helped me out. People you and I know that I had no idea. Like, it's really, mate, it's cool because when the bodybuilding community comes together, it can be pretty awesome.
No, it really does. I like that about the bodybuilding community, especially when you sort of know. Like I literally, So on a Wednesday, I run some S&C classes for basically a gym that's down the road. And basically, there was a guy, like you say about the bodybuilding community. There was a guy who was training in that gym. He was from Grimsby, who was working at the power plant, and he obviously trains at Matt Tofton's gym. And he was like, "Oh, do you compete?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah." And he's like, "Oh, you're coaching?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm coached by Sass." And he knew Sass, and he was like, "Oh, do you know Matt?" And I was like, "Oh, I know of Matt, yeah." And it was like such a, when like such a small world. It was like the little community, and it was like fucking, you know what I mean? I thought it's great. I love that about the bodybuilding community. It is. Do you know what I mean? It is a tight knit community, if that makes sense. Even though it is on social media, it's like you do meet people and they know of him, and you're like, "Oh, I met him," blah blah blah. Yeah.
It's nice because like it is getting bigger as well because of social media and whatnot. Because like we can go anywhere, any gym in the country, and I bet there's somebody who who somebody else knows, and you get talking. It's like for example, went to Tubro's show. I had 3 or 4 people stop me and say, "Oh, hey Dan, I follow you on Instagram or whatnot." Yeah. And I just found that really cool because
you're just Dan.
There's so many. The country is like there's so many gyms in the country and whatnot. It's like can be recognised anywhere, and you'd be stopped and whatnot, and you can get on, talk, and then from there, you don't know, it could lead to opportunities.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. That is, but I like that. Like, you just go to a show and you're just Dan. You just put your stuff out and you're doing you, and it's like people stop you and like, "Oh, Dan, like you're from, you're like, yeah, cool."
I tell you what's weird though. I tell you what is weird. They go up to you like a lot of them. They go up to you and they treat you like you're some kind of celebrity, and I'm like, they start talking to me. I'm just like 1 minute and they're blowing my nose. Like, I'm just a normal person. Like, fuck me, I'm a bodybuilder. I literally, I eat, I sleep, I do check-ins occasionally, and that's about it. I'm nothing special. I'm nothing fucking special. I'm a bodybuilder. I just do what you do. Like,
yeah, but that's, I think people realize that as soon as they start asking you stuff, blah blah blah, and you're like, "Yeah, wicked, mate." Like, "Oh yeah, I love that machine. It's fucking epic." How did you get on it? And they're like, "Oh yeah, my training's going well." Yeah, like, but you start asking them like, "You're just being polite." I'm just asking you, "How's your training going?" Like, what have you been up to today? And it's like, what? He's like, "Yeah, mate, I'm just fucking Joe Blow, man." Just having a conversation. It's great.
I just want to know what you're getting up to. I don't know. But yeah.
I do that to people on Instagram. People ask me a question or something, and I'll ask them, "How's your training going?" And sometimes it will be like, "What?" They just don't even expect it. It's funny. Yeah. I like doing that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, mate, in all, that's the plan. 13 and 17 weeks out. I'm just leaving it Sass, trusting the process. I feel fat, but
that's where we got.
He'll sort it out. He'll sort it out. I know he will. So I'm not fussed.
You were stuck in the 170s, and you just got the 169 now.
Yeah, so we've actually upped the ante now.
Oh, you were talking about up the ante. That's it. A bit of clean, bit of T3.
Yeah, this week.
Other drugs.
It's my anniversary next Monday, so I was meant to have a high day this week, but I've asked him, can I do it on Monday instead? Because I check in on a Monday. He said, yeah, that's fine. So it'd be a longer time without a high day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop off that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good. I know we're going to get a good drop this week. How I see it, I think I'm going to be about 240.
But I was going to say about 240, 245.
240, no, not 245, unless he pounds me a Vanadrol, I don't think so. 240, 235.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think at my qualifier, I'd like to be 240, and then I'll go off the finals based on that.
You'll get like a 2, yeah. Oh, it'd be really interesting to see what you do. It'd be really interesting to see what you look like as well, for the same reason to me, to do the last time that you were really that lean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting. But yeah, for me, I've added a few bits in as well, like similar to, obviously cardio went up. Added a bit of clen. I didn't tell you about the clen. I'm going to tell this clen story on here. So I've got some clen that is about well. It last was used in 2018. I looked at the expiry date and it's like the end of 2022. So it's good. Right. Oh my God. That.
What are you going to say?
It was so potent, right? I took 20, right? They're 40 micrograms. I split the fuckers in half. 20. I took 20. This shit, I took it, and oh mate, I just felt it like initially I took it on the first day he sent me the changes. So I'd done my cardio already. I just thought, fuck it, take it every day. I start the day. Boom, took it. Right. Obviously I'm taking it pre-cardio, which kind of helps. But I took it, and I haven't taken it in so long, which will probably be the reason why. But I don't know. But anyway, it was so potent. I swear to God, it felt like I take 100. Right, 100 microgram. It was just, I was sitting here, and I just felt jittery as fuck. Right, so I'm doing a bit of client work. I'm feeling jittery, so I've stopped what I was doing, and I'm thinking, fuck. Anyway, resting heart rate's gone from about 61 to 88. So I knew fucking something was happening. Then I started having the fucking, I started fighting it. It was trying to beat me into submission. This shit was fucking making me shake. I went and laid on the bed. And I stood out the window. I was like, and my wife looked at me. My wife looked at me, and I was like, fucking hell, babe, this shit's fucking, this bit's strong as fuck. I was like, it's great. I was just dying. It was just fucking me up. It was fucking me up. And I was like, God, it better be all right before cardio tomorrow. But then I did it before cardio. And I think because I did the cardio, I was so concentrated on actually pushing myself on cardio to get my heart rate up. And it actually made it a lot better. But because I wasn't doing anything but client work, very peaceful, little calm music on the Alexa. It was all calm, right? I think that was making someone's plan. I was so... It fucked me up. I had to stop what I was doing.
What was the lab?
Oh, I showed it to Jace. It's like, it's from...
The Exodus?
Might be. No. Is that research on the end? No. Where's it from? It's green. It's got green and white. Bit gold. It's I could get it.
It's not Rome.
No. It's from Ukraine. What? Ivisco. Ivisco. Don't show it on camera. Oh, I can't read what that says. Ivisco. Where is it from? Lithuania.
Show me the label.
Should I put it on camera?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Oh.
Oh, yes, I've got some aromas in from there. Is that usually that strong, or is it just...
It wasn't that strong when I was doing 100 with Jordan.
No, okay.
It might be the fact that I haven't done it in so long.
Yeah, it will be.
But also, it's been sitting there getting more potent. But it was, it was just funny. Oh, it was funny. So I'm taking 20 of them. That's feeling good. It definitely helped me get my heart rate up during my cardio. I felt like, do you know what the weirdest thing is, Dan? Right? Did you do cardio when you were for your off season?
With Cuba, yes. With Sasan, no.
All right. So, did you find your fitness get increase quite quickly? But you adapted to fucking when the first time I did 20 minutes of cardio, Dan, right? I was fucked. Not fucked as in fatigued, but just getting my heart rate up. It was like I was fucking I looked like a dog going crazy.
Yeah, well, I with my training, I'm doing quite a lot of high reps and leg day, so it's already pretty adapted. Although I was towards the end when I was 290, I was struggling to get above 20 reps and stuff like that. But for how heavy it wasn't bad.
I found my cardio just after a week, and even someone said it on my story because I started talking a little bit, not very well, but they were like, dramatic. You made a dramatic difference after a week of cardio, like breathing and stuff.
Yeah, I did find that. What are you doing cardio on?
Well, I was doing cross trainer, but I'm doing it on a exercise bike at home at the minute. I've got a spin bike, which is fucking epic.
Cool.
It gave me the worst butt fucking hurt though, because I had to get a gel seat. I didn't have a gel seat for it. Did it on it. Oh, Dan, it was so, my ass was hot, so painful. I couldn't sit down properly for about 2 days, so I had to go do cardio again at the gym.
Yeah. No, I do it on like an elliptical, like a Cybex arc trainer.
Oh, okay, yeah. But I like the. I think it's an elliptical. I was in the cross trainer, like that.
Yeah, same kind of thing. My missus has just got a stairmaster in her gym, so I'm going to start using that.
Fucking, I did say to Sass, I was going to do a spin bike, my spin bike, and then when I'm getting a lot fitter and I'm a lot leaner, like when you're lean and you're fitter, like getting your heart rate up is a little harder. But it certainly was when I was lighter as well. But I'm going to be heavier, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same. I said I'll probably have to change my cardio up to go into the gym to get it done. Maybe use the stairs, etc., just to try and just to get that heart rate up. You know what I mean? But it's not a challenge at the minute. I can get it 130 pretty easy.
Yeah, I need to start wearing a heart rate monitor so I can actually see what I'm doing.
Apple?
Yeah. No, because it tracks your steps.
Oh, are you? Oh, to be fair, I am sort of tracking sort of steps, but that's with it included. So.
Yeah, no, steps doesn't include steps, but for my peace of mind, I like to cap them off at 8K.
Yeah. So I do. I do like, well, mine's a bit loose, so I do 7,000 to 7,500 between there. That's where I want to be. Don't really want to be any above or under that, but that's included with the cardio.
I've got a dog though, haven't I? So
you got to walk your dog, so it's a bit different. Yeah, I potentially could just sit down all day, except get my meals. Do that. Like literally, I live in a 1-bed flat as well, so you can imagine that expenditure could be pretty low if I tried it. If I made it be, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I like going outside, so I don't mind having steps like 8 to 10, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I agree with the steps. There's one of the things that I feel like me as a coach as well. I think it is important just to have a visual mind. Just be mindful of it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was going to say, hang on your cardio, do you not have a little fucking holder thing that does your heart rate?
Yeah, it does, but I'm on my phone most of the time when I'm doing it. I don't really use the arms. I'm just on my phone and legs.
Get it, mate, Dan. You're missing out. Use those arms, mate, on that thing. That's the one thing I miss on the cross trainer. It's going that, and I used to imagine punching someone's head in like that when I was doing it. So you can imagine that what the issue with me doing the cross trainer is that I get so into it. Like, listen, you know what I'm like, Dan. So I put on Rocky fucking theme tune and shit. I put that on, right? I'm going boom, 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 right? And the headphone slips, and I can hear the machine going bang, bang, bang. I've got it on level 3, so it's easy as fuck. But my heart rate's at like 140, 150. And I'm like, just fucking shit up. And like, it's 6:30, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. So the people there are like the early morning crew, the efficient people getting it in before work. And they look at me like I'm a fucking ogre. I just stand out like a sore thumb. It's great.
I'm getting some questions up, mate, that we got sent in.
Yeah, let's finish off with some questions. Otherwise, me and you are going to have a late night because I've got 2 meals, man.
Yeah. First of all, so if you want a code for Full Bore Sports, use Team DB10. There's been a code going around. It's JC10. Basically, every time you use this code, God kills a kitten. That's what happens. So don't use JC10. Use Team DB10. Okay? Just right. I've settled the score there. Yeah. What's yours, Josh?
What's Josh 10?
Oh no, that one as well. That one also kills kittens. Use Team DB10.
Kills kittens. Go on, let's get with the questions. How many drugs can I take? All of them.
What?
I'm just waiting for a drug question. It's just like, how many drugs can I take? Take all of them. Let me know what happens.
Okay. What would you look for in a new coach? That is from Samuel Redmond.
Probably the ability to apply knowledge to a practical situation.
Oh, yeah. That's huge. That is massive.
and then like communication. But I think that comes under communication.
Kind of. I can't stand, as you know, somebody that overcomplicates with all the spreadsheets, but it doesn't actually apply itself when it comes to a real life situation.
Yes.
So, boss, basically, you can be a MyFitnessPal bloody IT nerd coach. Doesn't mean you know anything about bodybuilding. You're literally using metrics to decide a body's response. A good coach has an eye for bodybuilding. They see the physique in front of them and they already know the process, what's going on behind it. And they make the changes in response to what the body's telling them. That's the difference. So you've actually got a coach that's got the knowledge up here from the experience, or you've got a coach that is fooling you with all this complicated IT shit that you learn in A-levels.
Yeah, I like so applying theory to a practical situation, but also I think as an athlete, this basically stems from my S&C days. Basically, what you've got a rugby squad and you've got Joe, the guy who plays rugby. He's not here to learn about the mechanisms of the biomechanics of the squat. He don't fucking give a shit. He wants you to go down and up. Like, do you know what I mean? He just wants you to get it done. And I think that's it. So understanding the knowledge, but applying knowledge to a practice, like you have said there, obviously knowing what's going on, applying it practically and explaining it in a way that anyone can sort of understand, a very easy explanation of what's going on. That's
there's that, and there's also knowing every kind of method, and just shotgunning the method at the client. Just every method, you're having everything there, have it all, when probably only one of those methods is really relevant to that client. But you're just trying to show off your prowess of what you've learned from watching YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's like a year one case study at university. You just put all the big words in there. Yes. And then you get it shit on and you're like, oh, I thought I did a really good piece, and they're like, simplify it. Okay, and then you learn.
Yeah. Okay, next question. That was a good one.
That was a good question.
Josh KC said Kinsey Cloth plans to return to bodybuilding. I have no idea. I know he's training. I haven't really spoke to him though, to be honest. No. He didn't reply to getting on his podcast, but I don't think he wants much to do with bodybuilding anymore by the sounds of it, so I don't blame him. I can't really speak for that. I want to get him on again so we can talk about what he's doing.
Get an update where he is. That would be good.
Yeah, he's got a bit AWOL. He's gone up to the Himalayas to talk to the monks. Dan's goals for this season. Oh, so everyone's goals. So Dan, Ginger Josh, and Amph goals this season. Amph, I guess he wants to win the juniors and the overall. Apart from that, yeah, he's a junior this year.
Mate, he's so. I forget that he's a junior because he hangs about with us. Like, I forget he's young.
I tell you what, he's lying. I want to see his birth certificate.
Yeah, I think he's lying. But the thing is, though, he's so mature. Like, he's mature. Like, he runs his business. Like he do you know what I mean? He just seems like a guy who's a little bit more mature than just your normal. His physique looks more mature, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I reckon if he shaved his beard off, I reckon he'd look about 12.
Maybe he's 20. He's 22.
Mate, he's doing juniors. What fed is he doing?
PCA.
Oh my god, that's a good federation for juniors as well.
Yeah, I think he's gonna just I think he'd walk away with it.
I think he's gonna walk away. Like, no, because his legs are so big. One thing that stands out on Anthony's physique to me is people don't realise this. When I've met Anthony, his legs were actually breathtakingly big. Like don't get he's good all around, but when someone so he wore the reason I'm saying is because he wore baggy PJ 80s style. Like, you know which one I'm talking about. right? The fact that I liked them so much, I said to my wife, "Would you be all right if I got a pair of them?" She went, "I wouldn't want to be around you, when you wear them." I said, "I'm going to wear them just in the gym." She goes, "Yeah, but you won't. You'll wear them in Sainsbury's." And I just thought about it and I went, "Yeah, she's right." So I didn't bother. But his legs in them were like he was wearing his quads. You could see his quad like moving in it, like it was tight to his. Do you know what I mean? Like it was tight, and that was breathtaking. Anyway,
yeah, no, like I think what doesn't come across is in pictures. In pictures, he looks really weird. Like his physique doesn't come out in pictures at all. And when that's cliche to say, no, I really mean it. He looks shit in pictures. Like I tell him, you look shit in pictures. In person, just fucking unreal.
Yeah, he's also like he's just he doesn't put a lot on social media. He's very focused on his business, his scaffolding, and like, and he just does the do, should I say, nails it, and he's just gonna I can just see him rocking up and just being like, everyone being like, who the fuck's this bloke? Like, what are you doing? The fucking the men's tool. And it's like, no, I'm doing juniors. Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah, yes. It'll be good. It'll be really good.
What show is he doing?
Same as me. He's doing the Midlands and the finals.
Oh, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I want to do the overall with him. That's my goal. We can both do the overall. Then I'm going to push him down the stairs.
What if he beats you?
No, before he beats me, then he can't participate. I'll get a picture of him. I'll get a picture of him on the post down. But then I'll push him down the stairs. So by default, I've got to win. So it's okay.
You beat him. Oh, mate, that would be an epic pose down as well. You two.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be great for the photo in the gym compared to on the stage.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. That's very true, actually.
It'd be like when people say like, I know it's cheesy, but like Iron Brothers, or like the as we were talking about, the community of bodybuilding.
Yeah, that's what it is, though, isn't it? With me and Amp, it's like that. So it is legit. Right. So goals. Oh, Mike, what are your goals this season?
I'd be lying to telling you that if I didn't want to win my show, that would be one of the goals.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, you do.
Definitely want to win and see where my weaknesses are on the stage.
Yeah. Nice.
That's my competitive.
I mean, I want to win my class at the Midlands, obviously. Whether I can win an overall, I don't know, because we're coming in half-mast. I'll be coming in with a semi. The finals, I'll be on 100%, hopefully. Because I'm not going to peak 4 weeks before my show. I'm going to be at like 80%. I probably won't have my glutes in. I mean, just get it done. The finals, I want to win my class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I want that British title. I think it's in my power.
Mate, Sonny's, what class would you be in? Men's.
I'll be in men's tall as well.
Men's tall.
Yeah, it's 5'10".
Oh yeah, you're like similar height to like what Scott. I remember when I saw Scott Swench. You remember him? You know him?
Yeah. I don't think like. Yeah, I'll be in the men's tall. So because I'm 5'10", I'm just on that cut off. So I'll be a very short men's tall, which actually I think works in my favour.
You just be like as tall as you are, you'll be just as wide, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
There's going to be everyone there is going to have a nicer shape than me. I know that. I don't think from the back I'm going to be beaten by anyone.
I think your density and size are your biggest strengths to just absolutely blow people out of the water. But you're not like your structure's not completely off. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
I'm not being horrible. You know, Dave Palumbo, that's a good example of a poor structure.
Yeah, no, I just don't think I'm just not pretty. I know that. I think in a most muscular from the front, I think I'm pretty good. The only thing that worries me, if I'm critiquing my own physique, is that my legs are going to match.
But your upper body.
Yeah, but looking at my progress pictures at the minute, my legs are actually outsizing my upper body. So
your legs don't look too. They don't look like you're like significantly small. Does that make sense?
No, they don't. They don't. It's just been a long time since we've been on stage, so I'm just assuming what they look like then.
Yeah, I reckon you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, like that 60 pounds or whatever I've put on, like lean muscle, hopefully some of it went to my legs.
Hopefully something all gone on your ass.
Yeah.
It's going to fucking wellness ass.
Exactly. I don't know. But at the end of the day, mate, not too much pressure on myself. It's my first year in the men's.
It's a bit of fun, isn't it? At the end of the day, like look, at the end of the day, though, it's like for us, it's going to be fun to see what you look like. And even if you, let's say you are a little top heavy, that's something that you have worked out and you can work on. That makes sense.
Yeah. Look at Big Pale Nasty. He does all right. He's a bit top heavy.
Does that doesn't that excite you? A part of the thing about competing is I'm going to get quite excited to learn. Even let's say I have even yourself, you win your British title. Aren't you excited to sort of hear from the feedback from the judges to be like, where are my weaknesses? And they go, yeah, it could do with a little bit of this. And that's just going to help push your off season to that fucking gas mark 10 as Rob Taylor would say.
Yeah, for sure.
But it just gives you that fucking wicked. Like one thing that stuck in my mind for the last 2.5 years is that last time I stepped on stage, I didn't have a back. I'm going to have a back. It's going to be epic. I'm actually going to have a back stepping on stage. And that was a big thing for me. It's like, I want to have a back.
It'll make you look so much bigger from the front as well when you've got a back.
Yeah. Always. Well, so let's get bust out a few more questions and then we're done.
Yeah, let's try and quick fire these ones. Okay, so...
stuck up my nose. I need to get rid of it.
Experience on gradually titrating dosages in small increments going in and out of a blast. So I'll quickly cover what I've done in the past. When I've gone from a full blast dose at my highest to drop down into a health phase, I'll never titrate dosages down. We're talking about obviously anabolics here. Reason being, my priority there is not really to, I should preserve muscle tissue because depending on the phase, generally when I'm going into a cruise phase, I'm going to be in a surplus. So I'm relying heavily on my food there. So my priority is not really, creep drugs down. I want to get them out so I can get my body healthy. That's my main concern. Like that's the goal of this phase, of the health phase, is to get your body at its most healthiest so you can go again. Not, you're not going to do that when your dosages are still hanging about.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
In terms of titrating up, yeah, I wouldn't go full halt. I wouldn't go to full to like 1.5, 2 grams at once. As I said, I spent this off season mostly at 500 milligrams. And over the period of about 5 weeks, it got titrated up to about 1.2, and that's the max I went.
Yeah, no, I like that. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat. Of increasing up, if that makes sense. So like bringing up your base layer, or like base like your testosterone, bringing that up, and then sort of implementing certain things, for performance benefits. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and like, don't be mistaken. Bringing your dosages up and titrating upwards is not something you have to do. What you have to remind yourself with regards to drugs, it's on response. Yeah. Use on response. Use more if you have to. If you're progressing fine, why are you increasing the dosages?
One of the biggest things I think as well is like, remember your food is key. And I think one of the biggest mishaps here is that we've said it before is like, you need to be able to eat. Yeah. Like you're doing, if you're just going on to take this and this, boof, great. And you think, oh, wicked. But then you're like, you can't fucking eat. You want to be pushing your fucking food, obviously within reason to how fat you are, but like pushing, let's say you are lean, responsive, nice, and you are pushing your food, you want to be looking at that more than thinking, okay, I'm going to put a load of this and that and this. Do you know what I mean? I think having the increase in, obviously, let's say you do, have a bit of a blast in the off season, have a little bit of a blast, increase a little bit of the anabolics, and you sit there with a nice increase. Let's say like yourself, you probably went from, I don't know what your cruise, but over 200 or 250, a little bit above normal, and then you went up to 500. So you get in there, and then you might, how you doing? Can you still eat? Everything's going well. Okay, let's push your training. You see what performance benefits you get off adding a little bit of this. It doesn't have to be a huge, you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, I get that. And what you have to remember in your consideration of what the response is from your body is, if you can no longer eat food and you're pushing drugs to compensate for that,
yeah,
you're going backwards, because your primary goal here is to use food rather than the drugs, because the drugs actually won't make you grow. The food will. The drugs just help recovery. Now, what you're doing by increasing the drugs, and you can't get your food any higher because you can't obviously eat, is you're toxic. So your digestion and your appetite is going to be not where it should be, because the drugs are up here. Try bringing the drugs down a little bit, and I bet your appetite and your digestion go up, and you're able to bring that food up. Now all of a sudden you're growing again.
Yeah,
it's not rocket science, but I think a lot of people don't configure their cycles according to their digestion.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
Why would you use 2 grams of drugs if it only puts you in a bloody like 200 calories into a surplus, because you can't eat anymore? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Use the drugs when you're in prep and you're not using food anyway.
Yeah, more. And then if you haven't been using them, do like you say, doing 2.5 gram cycles in your off season, then your body, has been less toxic, which then you should be able to withhold the toxicity in your prep.
Yeah. Last question then, mate, before we go. What are you up to? What are you doing now?
What we just spoke about for the last 2.5 hours. Even though it's been an hour and a bit.
What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Is that the actual question?
No, that's my question to you.
Fucking hell. I thought you were taking the piss out of me.
What are you doing? What are you doing the rest of the evening?
I'm going to reply back to all my clients and have my time of, this is what I call, I sit on the couch, I open the window, and between replying back to clients, I look at what other people are doing in their world, going mental. The other day I saw a guy treading dog shit. It was quite fun. KFC is just over there, so you see a lot of people running into KFC. It's all interesting. It all kicks off. But yeah, I've got a few clients' videos that after this podcast they've sent me to watch. I want to see some of their training and make sure things are all shit hot on there. So that's me. I've got 2 more meals to do. I've got steak and potatoes. My wife has bought me a little bit of I'm treating myself today. I'm having a little bit of low sugar ketchup.
Okay, cool. Nice.
It just helps me get my potatoes down. I just feel I feel like I needed, after that Dusty video. Obviously what happened to Dusty was obviously horrible, etc. But I watched him describe it more today, and I said to you, I felt my thing, and I felt like I had a bit of like a heartburn today, so I got my wife to get some heartburn medication, because he was like, when you've got it, don't ignore it. And I was like, I'm never ignoring that again, because there's plenty of times where I've got it, and when you probably had it and you just start downing water.
Yeah.
So I just think that's something I want to be more conscious of, because I'm very conscious of looking after me blood pressure, doing all these things, but something I feel like with Sasan definitely has helped me realise, open my eyes. Something earlier on I spoke about was the digestion, etc. So something I want to be more conscious of.
Cool, mate. I'm going to leave you there.
Oh, anyway, I've got to ask you, mate. How are you?
What am I doing? I'm done for the evening. I'm going to eat another meal, and I'm going to watch the rest of. We started watching a film last night, but we couldn't quite finish it. So it's on Disney Plus. Raya and the Last Dragon.
I've got Disney Plus.
Yeah, mate, watch Raya and the New Dragon.
Raya and the New Dragon. Is it good?
Mate, just watch it with Chanel. Mate, it's fucking epic.
But pardon me, shit. I'll have to watch that.
It's really good. The animation's quality.
I fucking have to watch that. Anyway, Dan, I'll have to leave you, mate, because I'm bursting for a piss.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys. That's been this mass discussion. We're going for pisses.